So let's get started. If you don't know, I'm Vince Meza from Listings to Leads. Your office has been using us, REMAX Select, for, wow, it's been a few years now. So this is a refresher, and you kind of have to keep in touch with us because we add new tools almost, I'd say, every 2 to 3 weeks. And so before we dive into those tools and look at them, I want to kind of let you know where to go when you forget everything I'm about to tell you in the next 60 minutes. Okay. And that is when you come to listings to leads, the first thing you're meant to do when you have your password is log in at the top right. But if you do that, you're going to skip a lot of the information we're collating for you when you scroll down to the blog. And I'm going to show you where we're getting this information, but this is basically coming from our clients, people like you, agents like you, that are using our tools out on Facebook, out on the internet. They're doing door knocking with it. They're putting it in print. And they share in our group what's working for them, right? And I don't know if you can see this on your screen, but it basically says 20 seller leads for $7 in 1.5 days. And they tell how they set this up, right? They actually tell completely what they wrote in the ad, how they made, and actually somebody just put in our mastermind group how to create this map. So what I'm going to show you are a number of tools that pop up really easily in your account. And the trick is how to use them. If you don't use them, they don't really do anything. They just sit there. I can assure you that in your market, we've got other clients that are just tearing our system apart and trying to get as many leads as they can. And you probably want to be cognizant of that and be competing with that. I'm still on the blog, and there's another article here, 31 seller leads in 2 days, 27 seller leads, or buyer leads in 24 hours. And this, again, using the same kind of tool, just wrote the ad slightly differently. And that's really the key. We have the tools, but you do have to use it somewhere. You can use it on Google pay-per-click, you can use it on Facebook pay-per-click, but then it's a question of, well, what should it look like? What should I write? And that has to do with Facebook advertising. And we put it right here on our blog. And like I said, you're going to see that right before you log in. You just scroll down, right? So let's log in here at the top right. And when you do get your ID and password, that's where you log in. Don't create a trial on the left-hand side. Otherwise, you just throw a wrench in the works. And right here is a pop-up page of classes. We have live classes every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And every Tuesday is always about Facebook. If you're not familiar with Facebook advertising or you're not good at it, I really recommend that you get good at it because it does appear to be the #1 place for real estate agents across the country to be getting listings. So you got to once you're with us with a couple classes like this, you'll see it, you'll understand how to do it, you'll have the right tools, and you can add it to your business, and that's good. On Thursdays, and I don't know if that class is here, every Thursday we have a class on landing pages. And landing pages are, well, we'll look at them in a minute, but people are finding that landing pages are a great way to capture leads. And we have a class on landing pages every Thursday, all right? So again, if you want to grow your business and you're really focused on lead generation, I really recommend the Tuesday and Thursday classes at least once a month to see what's new and what's working. The last thing in terms of information is this button here that says click to join the mastermind group. And you're all welcome to join that. And I recommend you join that and you get in there, I'd say 15, 20 minutes every week. Let's see here. And we're just going to scroll through it. And the reason why I want everybody to know about this, our clients absolutely love it. And what they're doing is they're saying, hey, this is what I did. Like, I don't know if you can see, it says Natalie Norris. I don't know where she's from. 9 seller leads in 15 hours. First 3 were in 20 minutes. There are 34 comments down here. Exchanges back and forth from our clients. In the end, if you click through here, she actually pastes a picture of the ad so you know exactly what she wrote. And you can copy it because really, That's why our clients are sharing this, to just help each other get more leads. If we scroll down, here's another guy, I guess almost 24 hours ago, 23 hours ago. He took this little newsletter, which is literally copy and paste from listings to leads, and dropped it on a bunch of his past clients and stuff. And he's got 6 home valuation requests, right? And you just keep scrolling down and you're going to see questions from clients. And you're also going to see, there's somebody put how do you actually create that map. There was somebody else that had something that just sort of blew me away. I was looking at it earlier today. Caitlin showed everybody, this is what my ad looks like. So you get a lot of ideas of ads. And because people are on Facebook so much, if you can have a real strategy without putting a ton of brain power into it, well, then that's great for you, right? Here's Sherry Patman here. She put something in Nextdoor. I don't know if you know what Nextdoor is. It's kind of a new kind of neighborly social media thing. She's got a ton of activity by just putting our tool right on there. She didn't even pay for it. So lots of great ideas in the mastermind group, you know, and you should be looking at that. Over here, get started. We don't really need to worry too much about that. Facebook advertising, I am going to click on it. I know it sounds like I'm kind of droning about Facebook, but you do need to have this as part of your business strategy, as long as you're in real estate, until we at Listings to Leads tell you it's no longer viable. But right now, it is the #1 place. There is a little tutorial how to run an ad on Facebook, how to target people that live in your area, maybe by age, maybe by zip code, all that kind of stuff. Also, what kind of tools. There's a video right here to show you what that tool should look like, where you get it in the system. We'll look at this together, but this is all right under the green button that says Facebook advertising. Open house lead generation. We have like a half dozen tools to market an open house. And if you're an agent, let's say you're the listing agent, well, obviously you want to use this, but what if you're the agent that's the showing agent? You're just going to go there and sit for 3 hours. Inside the open house lead generation page, it'll show you what all the tools look like. All you got to do is save the date and the time on a listing, and we will email you 5 tools. They're designed for e-flyers, for social media, for Craigslist. There's even a tablet thing that you can use at the meeting, right? At the open house. Listing presentation, I'll tell you, it's not the sexiest thing we've got, but it is the most, it's for you as an agent, it is a really, really useful tool when you're competing with other agents for a listing. And I'm going to open it up. PJ, I don't know if you share this with everybody. You can certainly download it here just like everybody else. And you should swap your logo out where it shows, and that's pretty easy. I'm going to open it up just so that you have a look at it, and then it'll give you kind of a highlight of what we do anyway. Give me this. While that's baking, I'm going to have a sip of coffee here. So this is our listing presentation. Your logo goes up here. It talks about online marketing. Basically, you got to find buyers in online marketing. That's what it's saying here. So, and then here are some of the tools that you use to market the home. You may not know this, but we are supplying all these tools for you. And then if we scroll down, you know, you just one page about all the things that go on the internet. And then from there, it's kind of like this, Craigslist, right? So this is, if you look at this page, all that's really here is your office logo on the top, your contact information on the top right, and then a big bold word and a big picture. So you should just be able to speak to the fact that, I don't know, Craigslist is the #12th website in the country. You're able to put their home there. You have virtual tours that we supply you. We have single property websites for your home when you're ready to sell with us, that kind of thing. There's a listing e-flyer from just listed to open house to under contract and just sold. These are really powerful tools, by the way, for you, the agent, for getting referrals and for getting buyers and for getting listings. We've got open house e-postcards. And with all the tools, we actually are able to get to Google page 1 fairly frequently, especially because we auto-upload to YouTube. There are a few sections on blogs. If you don't do any blogging, just delete these pages. This is activating another blog and then WordPress. And then mobile marketing. There's a line right here at the top that says nearly 2/3 of all Americans now use smartphones, and there's another some kind of ridiculous number that 86% of all searches start on a smartphone. So you, as you know, a marketing professional, should be able to speak to mobile, and this page does it for you. All of our tools are mobile optimized. All right. Social media, we're probably the leading company when it comes to social media. Not in terms of auto posting to social media, but in terms of lead generation in social media. We have people coming to us across the country all the time. And hopefully you'll kind of grasp how that happens when we kind of go through it. We have a unique listing landing page. So this looks different from a single property website. It's actually, I'm going to show it to you specifically, but it's just a beautiful page, and you're able to use it on Facebook or Google, things like that. And then there's traffic report, right? So that's the listing presentation. Like I said, it's it's not the sexiest thing, but it is very difficult for other realtors to compete with that because they can't do all of those things, right? So that's right there on the home page, all right? Online tutorials are here. I really recommend you get on our live classes. Just so you know, up here it says contact support. If you have any questions, put it right here in the center box. All three of our support people watch this. My partner Scott watches this, so we get you the right answer there. I don't recommend calling on the phone or anything like that. Remember, if you got a question, put it right there. All right. So let's go back to listings to leads. From a real basic standpoint, I don't know why my computer just went black. Okay, I guess we're all right. From a real basic high level point of view of listings to leads, for those of you that don't even have any clue of what we're doing, we have a number of tools that are automatically generated. I see a weird error on my computer. PJ, let me know if you can hear me. That would be one good thing. Okay, we'll wait for this to get moving. Thanks, PJ. We have two major hemispheres of our platform. One is tools designed to market your listings, all right? And like I said, single property websites, virtual tours, things like that. And I'll go through them all. The other thing is, close program. Sorry, guys, I had a big program running and it was slowing everything down. The other thing is we have a number of landing pages, and landing pages are kind of, I don't know, they are kind of 1 or 2 page websites that are designed to capture contact information in return for giving a little bit of information to the consumer, the person that gives you the contact information. I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. My computer is acting really slow, so give me a second and I can see if I can shut some stuff down. Close program. All right. Now, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened, but my Chrome browser just kind of fell apart on me. So as I was saying, we've got two major halves in listings to leads. And one is how, all the automated tools to market your listings, which are designed to get buyers and designed to get referrals and more listings. And then we have landing pages, which are designed also to get buyers, but they're really, I think most people look to our landing pages to get more listings. We're going to look at all those tools together. And so enough of me kind of, pointing you in all the directions. Let's actually look at the tools. So if you click on the listings page, all these tools are created here. And so very quickly, we create a single property website. We create a virtual tour. We can auto upload to YouTube for you. We give you a series of e-flyers. Let's look at them real quick. From coming soon, if you want to do that, to just listed, we give you a single property website, e-flyer, a virtual tour, open house, pending or under contract, and just sold. You'll see in a few minutes that all of our tools are designed to capture leads. Every tool we create is designed to capture lead. Most tools that realtors have are designed to show a home. a property, right? It's got a nice picture of the home, it's got some information about the home, and then it's got your nice picture and your maybe your logo and your email and phone number for somebody to call you. But people really don't want to call you that much. But they are usually, if they opened up any of these tools, they're interested in property. And so our tools are always configured to get that interested party to fill something out so that you can communicate with them. So that's the eFlyer. There's a Facebook series of tools, and then there's a listing landing page. And then if you're a blogger, we give you a bunch of blog tools. And over here, we can post to Craigslist. All right. So that's like all the automated stuff on that side. I do want to point out, we're going to go in detail on that in just a minute. There are a couple of other tools up here that are really new. The listing, there's some buttons over here on the left, and one says listing website / widgets. And these tools are kind of newer. Not a lot of people know about them. And I do want to point one out here, actually both of them. Your listing website, when you click on that link, it's kind of like your own little website, right? It's got your contact information, your phone number. It's got your logo over here. It's got your key lead generation links, and then it has all of your listings, all right? And anytime somebody clicks on a listing, it opens up a single property website. And every single property website has multiple ways of capturing leads. Maybe you're pointing them to links to their website or to your landing pages, or the lead capture form pops up automatically, and you capture a lead that way too, all right? So those are inside all of your listings, whether you borrowed them, whether they're just a HUD, or whether they're your own listings or a pocket listing, they're all going to be on this one page. And then over here on the right, if you have reviews on Zillow, there's a button to check on your profile, and we put all your Zillow reviews right there. So this is a pretty cool tool, and actually a lot of people love to drive people to this page because everything on it is about lead capture. Also on this same page where we click that link is something that says client review website. And if I click that, this basically showcases your reviews on Zillow, right? So the point of this tool is obviously to capture leads, right? We want to showcase that we've got reviews. There's a what is your home worth form here. There are the major lead generation links you want here. All of your listings are here. Anytime you click this, you get a single property website. And as I showed you, that's got all lead capture. So what would you do with something like this? Just copy the hyperlink at the top, all right? And whenever you get a review, go to my favorite social media site that is called facebook.com, right? And then just go to your page, go to your own page and just type in this. Just say whatever the name of the client is, tag them in it, right? Hi, Scott. Thanks for your review. It was a pleasure working for you, right? Pleasure working with you. Why would you do this, right? Oh, first, before you post, you got to paste in that link. Okay? And this is what it looks like. Now, I pasted this on my page, right? So that doesn't really make any sense. But when you paste this on your client's page, all of their friends and family and colleagues that they communicate with, which many times is a few hundred people, they're all seeing this now. And they're seeing that their friend, their colleague, actually wrote a review for you, and you can see it looks pretty good. So what happens when you click it? Well, it opens up the client review website, right? And what's there but your reviews, what's over here, your lead generation links, what's over here, all your listings, right? So this is just a tool that's automatically generated, and it works contingent on the fact that you use it. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'll leave it there for now. Let's go back to listings to leads. This is another kind of cool tool that a lot of people don't use. And there's a tab up here that says email or blog. You have a question there, PJ? PJ? Did you have a question?
Yeah, we were wondering if LinkedIn can be downloaded on that one, the recommendations.
Yeah, no. I mean, no, there isn't a whole lot of customization with that particular tool. Um, yeah, I mean, anything is possible because that's what technology is about. But we have a huge technology schedule this year, and so I don't. Oh, I can hear you on my computer now. Yeah, I understand. I understand. I totally understand. You're not a fan of Zillow. Right now, Zillow has the an API designed for this sort of thing, which is basically short for software code. Whereas LinkedIn does not have that. So we can't go to LinkedIn and be scraping stuff off of there. Yeah, yeah. That that question is there a way that we can do that ourselves? And I think there is. I'll jump to that in just a second. So if you don't mind holding that idea, I think I would do that on the landing page section. So we'll kind of talk about that in a second. Okay. So before we get to the landing pages, oh, I'm sorry, PJ, do you have more questions?
Not right now. I think that's it.
Okay. Okay. Before we get to the landing pages, there's a page here that says email and blog. And a lot of people don't know about this, but the people who do know about it absolutely love it. So once I can get this page to show up, no, I can't see it. Awesome. I'll have to come back to that. I don't know why I can't see that. Is there might be something changed on my computer? It feels like something did, or the memory's running out. Let's go to landing pages. See if we can have some love there. Great. So about landing pages, we've got a whole number of them. You can see them here on the right side. You can hover over this. You can see we have property valuation plus, property valuation, growing family, homes sold near you, free value increase report, empty nesters, and then that question that you had, or one of the agents there had, there's a custom free report and custom landing page. And here you can create it and you could sort of paste that content. Let's see if I have anything here. I don't know. I haven't done anything custom in a while. But it's basically you could put a picture of whatever you want in the background, maybe something in your local market, and then you could paste your reviews right here, and then take that hyperlink and put that out on the internet, uh, whether it's Facebook or anywhere else, just the same way we did with that other tool. There's a few more steps to that one, obviously, right? It's not completely automated, but like I said, we don't have an API from LinkedIn for that kind of thing. PJ, is that directed to me? I can't hear that.
We found with that page thing with the sun
Yeah.
that had, a Facebook, a LinkedIn, a Google Plus, and a Twitter link right across the top. Yeah.
Yes.
It's on the page. So, okay. So then on another page, which that page that you're on? On the agent desktop, there's a place where you can import different um, social media sites onto that. So how does that look when you import that onto that homepage?
Okay. This here, these buttons here, I'm going to click one for you. All right. This is a share button for me, the random consumer, to share this. It's not. It's not really. I don't think it's actually very relevant right here, unless there's somebody that feels like sharing your review. I think what you're talking about is where you can see you can add. If you go to your profile, there's a section for you to add the links to your social media accounts down here.
Oh, so that's just a click.
Yeah. So when you're looking at that page where we could share it, that's for the random person to share it if they feel like sharing, right? Maybe there's something useful there. That's it. Here, if you put your social media here, on some of the tools, we'll add your social media. That way, if you send out a tool and somebody wants to connect to your network, they can. Okay? All right. So back to landing pages. We have a lot of landing pages, right? We've got all kinds. So the one thing I want you to know is you should, if you're coming to this page for the first time, you should go to this section right here where it says type farm area, and you can type in something like, let's just say Cape Marco. All right, small part of Marco Island. You could type in Naples. You could type in any neighborhood. You could type in, any kind of farm market where you want to build your business, and just click save. And when you click save, excuse me, you will get what will happen. It takes a few minutes or a few seconds to happen. We create a Cape Marco page under every one of these buttons. So you don't have to go one by one and collect and create them. All right. And right here is a FSBO one, right? So let's click on FSBO and see what that is. Some of you do want to work with FSBOs, others don't. But if you do, right down here is a pre-written page. It's going to have your banner. It's going to say, hey, if you're marketing your, selling your home yourself, let me help you with marketing. They check the boxes. The next page says, what's your address? And the next page says, what's your contact info? You probably know this, but FSBOs typically hand their listing to a realtor within 2 months in the US right now. And if you're the one doing the free marketing, you're probably on that list of who's going to be given to. There's a landing page for expireds. There's a landing page here for what is your home worth. Like I said, there are these others here. But the one I like the most for lead capture is Property Valuation Plus. And like I said, it's down here at the bottom. And this is a generic picture, right? You should change this background picture. You change that background picture by clicking edit and uploading a picture right here. It says landing page image, okay? And from that point, let me to click on this Northern Liberties one. I think I did this. You're basically ready to market, all right? Now, I want to point out one of the most important things about this page and any of the marketing, especially when getting listings, is the picture is very, very important. And one thing that doesn't work, but I see realtors try it, and then they come to us and they say, I didn't get a lot, is they'll put a picture of a luxury home, what they think is a really beautiful home for the area, because they think that's really what's going to resonate. And I want to give you an idea of what resonates, because it's oftentimes what we don't think, right? I set up the offices all around the country, and I set up an office and we did a call like this, and everybody kind of, went around. And then a month later, the manager calls me and says, Vince, we're running all kinds of ads, and this picture is getting the most hits and the most leads. And I want to point it out to you because it's not what you would think in real estate advertising, but it makes common sense. This restaurant has been in that town of 25,000 people for, I think it is like 60, 70 years, and it's on Main Street, and everybody knows this place. So when you're running an ad on Facebook, or you're running an ad on Google, or anywhere where you're running an ad, if you're going to ask them to give you their contact information, most people are going to go away. They do not want to give that up. They don't want to be on your, never-ending spam campaign or whatever it is. But when you show them something that is in their market that they know you know their market, they get a lot more comfortable real quickly. So I'm just pointing that out because this is not something that people typically think of. But our clients use a lot of downtown shots, a lot of major landmarks, stuff like that. You just put it in the background because this little generic thing here is not the most compelling picture. Okay? And once you get it, you take this and put it on Facebook. Now, PJ, in that room, have your agents run ads on Facebook? And if not, I'm going to run one in real quick and show you real quickly how it works. Yeah, so everybody's pretty familiar with that? Okay. I'm going to just go in real quickly and show you one thing because Facebook makes changes all the time. And there's one really new piece that just came out in the last 30 days that I want everybody to understand. First of all, this page here is designed to capture a listing lead, an address and contact information from a homeowner. All right. So we would copy this hyperlink up top and we would go to Facebook. Let's go to Facebook now. And we would kind of do this thing. We'd hit create an ad. And the difference, the change that Facebook made starts right here. And you may have noticed it, you may not have noticed it, but I definitely want you to understand what's going on. Okay, first of all, you won't see that because I have an ad blocker. So they changed their considerations, and right here is where you start it. And there's traffic and there's lead generation. And if you just come here the first time, you may think lead generation is great, right? Because that's what you're trying to do. But actually, when you're trying to get a listing lead, you want traffic. And what that does is that says, okay, where do you want the traffic to go to? And you want it to go to a page like this because it's designed to get the seller to give you their contact information. However, right here is lead generation. And if you're running an ad on just listed or open house or anything that's other than getting them, anything that's different from getting a listing, right? So it could be, here's a home, here's a virtual tour of a new home, or here's the lead generation form is incredibly powerful. And this is why you have to create your own form. And in that form, you say, well, what is it that I want, right? Well, I want their name and they want their phone number and I want their email, right? So then you go, okay, great. And you put in a picture and it says it's an open house. Here's the date and time, get more information here. When they click get information, this pre-populated form comes up because you may not remember this, but Facebook has your name and your phone number and your email. So when you use lead generation, it just auto-populates all that valuable information you're trying to get. All the consumer has to do is click submit. And that's a really great lead to get when you get a phone number and email. That's awesome, right? It does not work well. It doesn't work at all, actually, when you're trying to get a listing lead. Because then you need to kind of really coax them because they know, it's a different, they don't want to be really this page is written in a way to show them the house, to get some buy-in, and to get that contact information. So really, this works well. And in that case, you want to use traffic. Okay? So back to the landing page dashboard. There are other things you can use, nearby homes sold, which just looks like this. You can change the background picture. And this works really well. And the point is, we create a lot of tools because you don't want to use the same tool over and over in any advertising. You don't want to have the same exact look over and over because people start to glaze over it. They know, they've seen it. If I've seen that before 5 times, I'm not going to click on it anymore. So that's why we create multiple tools that are designed. This one here is Property Valuation 2, right? Very simple landing page. But again, for a lot of clients, it works extremely well. It's very, very simple. And it works really well. But you just want to change up your look and you want to be consistent. Okay. So, one last thing I'm going to say about, well, probably not last thing, but one thing I want to say about Facebook. As I said, every Tuesday we have classes, and we really recommend that you run a property valuation ad every weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday seem to be the best days. Okay, and you'll want to start off with maybe $10 a day, so that's $30 for the weekend. A lot of our clients put 60, and a lot of our clients put much more. Once you start getting the hang of how this works, it's a great place to put your advertising dollars. But the other thing that people don't think of, and when they do think of and they listen to our classes enough, they start to apply the fact that you should be branding there, right? And what that means is you should be telling all these people in Naples that, yeah, of course I can get your home sold, but also I'm actually a professional in the space. And the way you do that is you say, hey, let's just put a single property website. And the single property website, they're generated. They've got, sorry guys, got all kinds of lead capture on it. And you would just take this and, you can see the lead capture will pop up. You would put it out on Facebook and you'd say, I want everybody in Naples to see this, right? You could put $20. And so our recommendation is to at least run one ad for $20 during the week for 4 days. That's $5 a day of just listed, open house, maybe coming soon if you can, under contract, active contingent, and definitely just sold. Okay, because that's what happens is, and we just had somebody in our mastermind group say they just ran it in something like 1,800 people saw it over 4 days, and that's really what you're after. If you do that consistently, $20 for every week, thousands and thousands of people are going to see that you're a realtor. And right now, I don't know how many thousands of people know that each one of you is a realtor right now. But if you want them to start seeing your name, for $20 a week, take a tool like that, or this listing landing page is a really cool tool. Let's look at this real quick. And put it out on Facebook and let people see it, right? And then they're going to associate a nice looking advertising piece with you. And for $20 in your market, my guess is somewhere from 2 to 3 or 4,000 people will see this. All right. And so you just copy the link, you run an ad. You all seem like you know how to run ads. So do you have a question there, PJ? No, go ahead. Okay. So those tools are there. And the last thing I want to kind of point out is, like I said, you definitely want to run something just sold. Over here in the far left column, there's some red acronyms, right? CS is coming soon, just listed, active, pending, just sold. And when we do our tools, when we create our tools, we always create them, I mentioned this, to capture leads, right? And one of the things that we really focus on is getting more listings. And our Facebook posting tool is really, really useful this way. Now, when you change the status to just sold, or when the status gets to just sold, we'll send you a tool that looks like this. And this thing, it needs to be rewritten, like a lot of our stuff. But it's very, very powerful. So I'm pointing it out to you because I don't want you to ignore this when you receive it. What you're meant to do when you get in your emails, send it to your client and call your client and tell them to copy what is between the two red lines. All right? And I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to copy what is between the two red lines and then go over, tell the client to go to their, give me a second, to their Facebook page. See if I can get there. And when they put it on their page, obviously all their friends see it, right? The few hundred people that they, I got so much stuff jumping up here. Sorry, guys. I need to turn something off here. They put it on their page. And let's see what it looks like. So basically, it is a pre-written testimonial. And it says, our home just sold. We want to recommend you and your office. And here's your phone number and email address. Right in the ad. It's automatically generated. Forward it to your client. Call them for 10 seconds. Say, hey, could you just copy what's between there and put it on your Facebook wall? Because then it's them talking about you. So guys, I can hear that question out there about how many people have Facebook pages. I don't really know, but I can tell you some stats. 71% of adults in the United States have Facebook, use Facebook. Adults, not kids. And I know you don't, I know they don't all live there, right? I know you have like second homeowners and stuff like that. I will tell you this about Facebook. It is a huge place for you to reach snowbirds. And there are a lot of realtors in Florida that know this and dominate Facebook with that. The point of this part of the conversation, though, is that this is a just sold ad. When people click on it, the just sold single property website pops up. And 3 seconds after that, a lead capture form pops up with a built-in home valuation built right in. So that's a great discussion to have of like, what, yeah. Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry, get a little bit of echo, but what is the problem? Hello? Okay, PJ, I can hear you again. Yeah. And what I kind of lost you there, but one of them is Naples, Florida. What is it? Is it inaccurate or non-existent? Yeah. So that's a you know what? That's a great point that the Zillow estimates are off. And if you pay what's that? Oh yeah, I understand. I have this conversation I think every day of the week, the business week. So let me show you what you want to think of, because and let me tell you that page of that valuation page is my favorite, and it's because you can write an ad that says you can get your valuation now. So just hold that thought and please watch what I'm about to show you. I'm doing a search on these words, Zestimate accuracy table. All right. And this will push me to one of Zillow's pages. And actually, I think Realtor.com or Inman just talked about this page just yesterday. But it's something that our clients use. When you get here, there's a green button right here, and it says, how accurate is it? Actually, somebody wrote about this in Chicago. Same thing. It's basically inaccurate. It tells you right here it's inaccurate. So what you want, what you're really after, is a list of homeowners that are thinking about the value of their home. Perhaps they want to sell. And the way you're going to get that is by offering them something of value. And most people, while I'm sure your consultation in home is way more valuable than a Zillow estimate, they're more comfortable getting an instant valuation than having you in their home. All right. So when you write an ad with this, it's very easy to say, click here to get your free online automated home value in less than 15 seconds. Well, people click on that. If you say, click on this to get a free home consultation, I don't really know how that's going to work, but we don't see that happening very often. So it's really a question of lead capture and conversion. And the first part of conversion with a Zillow estimate is to give them this page and just say, hey, if you're really serious about your home and the value of your home and perhaps selling it, you might want to notice that Zillow is telling us we're just not accurate right here, right? And that's that's right. Sure. Right. Right. Well, I can understand. Listen, I can understand your frustration there because this is a chorus across the country, right? But you probably are aware that I am not with Zillow and I'm not going to be changing their business, just as NAR cannot change their business, right? I will give you a nice piece. We are part of Upstream. No, what we're doing, yeah, what we're doing is creating as many tools as possible to help you capture leads. If you feel like, hey, I do not want to touch Zillow or even sniff Zillow, guess what? You see this button here that says property valuation? This is the same exact page. It looks at exact. You gotta put your little background picture in there. You run the same kind of ad, right? And what it does is says, give us your address and give us your contact information. And that's it. And if you got a really awesome solution, maybe Cloud CMA or something in the background, give them what they're after. Maybe you're able to divine the real valuation from some tool at the MLS. But all these tools are here for you to capture leads. Again, they only work if you use them. And again, Property Valuation Plus generates more leads than property valuation. When there are other companies that create technology that can be mapped into our system, well, then we certainly look at it. But yes. And when you look at these buttons, you'll notice that a number of them have the word plus. Plus means Zillow. And when it doesn't have the word plus, it means it's just an auto response and you pick it up from there. Okay? Yeah, because we know the story you were just talking about. Um, it's just what's more effective, right? So, but use what you want to use. That's why we have so many tools so that you can find something that's going to work for your business. So let's see if I can get back to my email blog page one more time. No. So that's the landing page section. I want to dive in a little bit more on the core tools. PJ, do you want to kind of look at this or what do you think? Okay. So I'm going to quickly go through these tools that are designed to market the listing. Single property website, we email to you automatically, give you a hyperlink. You'll notice that underneath your picture are social media share buttons. We definitely recommend that you share all of your listings to Facebook and to Pinterest and to LinkedIn. A lot of clients are getting leads from LinkedIn, even listing leads. Nobody really markets much there. Twitter and Google, not so much, but because you can just click a button and post it in just seconds, it makes sense to market it there for your seller and in a listing presentation. So make sure you have the right lead generation link so you can get the most leads and share it to social media. The virtual tour, branded one, we email that to you, copy that link, and you can put that on your whatever website you want to put it on. Zillow, Trulia, wherever your listing is showing that you can put it. I don't think you can put branded virtual tours in your MLS. Is that right, PJ? Yeah. Hey, PJ, I'm getting a lot of like reverberation. I hear somebody trying to ask me a question. What number? Oh, if you click this button, the first button, the blue button that says edit, you can change the price. You can change the listing date. You can change the square footage. There are a number of things you can change here. You can even change your marketing comments down here. Yeah. And the other thing is you can change the status. And as I showed you just sold, if there's any ad you run for a listing on Facebook, at least run just sold, because those things, you want to tell the market that you can sell homes, right? So back to the listings page, we give you the single property website, we give you this, we give you the e-flyers, and I showed you the just sold Facebook one, but every time there is an e-flyer, there's a Facebook ad. You also receive this tool, which is called the seller engagement email. And this is going to have your banner, a few pictures of the home. It's sent to you. It says, hey, we're ready for the web, we're ready for mobile, we're ready for email, Facebook, blogs, Craigslist, then your picture. This is designed to get your client kind of excited about the marketing that you're going to do. So we send that to you. Definitely recommend you using that, because from then on, when we start sending you e-flyers and Facebook ads, those are designed for your clients to use, not to use. You can certainly manipulate them and use them yourself, but when your clients put them out, like I showed you just sold Facebook ad, every one of those tools is talking about you and talking about what company you're with, and they all include, let's look here, they all include the lead generation links that you want to use. Okay, Marco, Search All Homes, what is your home worth? Things like that. And so these flyers are designed up here to get your name in front of your client's sphere of influence, and down here to capture leads. And of course, to showcase the home. Let's see here. So that's the e-flyers. Those sort of auto-generate. The Facebook ads come out at the exact same time. This listing landing page, we also email it to you in the same email. And that's a good looking piece. We really created this because so much was happening on Craigslist, not Craigslist, forgive me, Facebook, that this just looks a lot nicer. And when somebody fills it out, they get dropped on the single property website, and you get a lead. And then over here, there are blog tools. You can click here and copy and paste if you're a blogger. And then here you can post to Craigslist. Back in the day, Craigslist was huge for real estate advertising and lead gen. They made a switch to their website about 3 years ago. I'd say 95% of realtors walked away from Craigslist. It is still the number 13th website in the United States right now. So your target market didn't go anywhere, but your competition left. So we definitely recommend that you're posting your listings there when you get time. PJ, that's kind of my story. As a reminder, contact support. Any questions, put it here. This is where everybody's watching. PJ, does anybody there do video work?
If they do, it's on their own.
Yeah. So just so you know.
Can you show them?
Yeah.
Can you show them how to pull a listing? We lost the automated.
Oh yeah.
Data
That's right. So each one of you can log in to your account, go to the listings page, and there's a button that says grab active listing. Your listing has to be active for sale on Trulia. Okay? All you do is drop in the zip code and the MLS ID as it shows on that page and click grab. And we pull in everything, including the photographs, and then we auto generate all the tools I've been showing you.
So, well, so that if we have placed a property pending, that's not our listing, we could go in and grab that information and hold it until it sells, and then we can promote that as something we just sold.
Correct.
So, but not something we can promote as pending, or only if it's our listing we can do that?
That question has that question about if you could promote it as pending if it's not your listing. That's more of an MLS rule. We don't set those rules, and we don't have any rules on the page we're looking at right now. So you can grab listings as long as they're active for sale on Trulia. And if they are, you can grab them. And then you can market them based on your local MLS rules.
Yeah, Vince, can you go back and show the property evaluation, the plus and the regular
Sure.
ones? We had some agents in the room.
Okay. So this is our landing page, right? All of our landing pages are here. And property by one thing that you should all understand is if the button has the word plus in it, it has a Zillow estimate in the final page. If it does not have the word plus, it basically gives them an auto response. Okay? And that's the first, cutoff. But if we look at it, we hover over it, the pages look exactly the same. It's just the second and third pages are different because one just says, give us your contact information, and then it says, thank you very much. Growing family, this doesn't really have that, but we do have empty nester and empty nester plus, right? If you have, go ahead. What's the question about the one without the plus?
The property valuation, the one that doesn't say plus, I thought there was a place where we could actually use our.
No. All this does, let me walk through this page with you. This is property valuation. And we can click on view. And the page works like this. Type in your address. Right? What is your homework now? Get your answer here. Type in your address. And you do that. And then it says, great. We have evaluation. What is your contact information? Vincent, here, I want to sell, select moving plans, moving next 6 months. Right. I don't know if you can see it. I just got a lead in my email because somebody gave me the address. That would be a partial lead. And the full lead is when you get contact information. And at this point, this page should flip around and say thank you. But that's it. That's as far as it's going to go. All right. You could, if you have another website where you want to drop people on. Yeah, I just got the address now. You could click on edit. And this is kind of unusual. If you edit the property valuation page, there's a button here that says redirect at form completion. And what that does is that will drop them on any website that you want them to drop on, right? And that could be Market Snapshot, right? It could be, I don't know if Cloud CRM has that. But this little link right here is where you could drop them. What you can't do is integrate some other platform into this landing page. If we could do that, or if you could do it, we would have done it. And we can't. So that's why that's sort of what that is. So this page is designed just to capture a lead, right? Just to say, hey, would you like your home value? And that's what Property Valuation Plus is. When you see something with the word one, property valuation one, again, there's a one plus and a one without plus. This is a one page landing page. So this asks for the address and the name and the email right up front. The challenge with this page, let me tell you why we created it. A lot of agents are like, I don't want to lead without an email address, right? I don't. So we created this. So the very first page, you have to give up your email address. The downside of this page is the consumer gets nothing. There's no buy-in here. It's just like, I don't know what this page is, and you're asking me to give you the contact information. So there's got to be something really compelling for somebody to give you their email address just right off the bat. And if you've got some really outstanding language to write on your ad, whether it's on a postcard or on Facebook or Google, well, then use this. But it doesn't work very well because most people don't have enough buy-in, meaning consumers don't have enough buy-in to go, oh, this is great. I want to fill this out. This page right here? No, this does not. It's the one that has plus in it. That's right. So all this page here does is it brings them to kind of a thank you page, right? And it says, we have your valuation, and it says, we will send you a valuation estimate to the email that you gave us, right? And that's what this page does. It's basically saying, we're going to get that valuation for you, and we're going to send it to you. The downs, and this is great because you don't have to deal with a Zillow estimate. The downside is you're not able to say, I'm going to get this estimate for you in 15 seconds. It's going to be, I'm going to get it when I get it, right? So, but that's what these pages are designed for. And that one requires the email right up front. So if you want to use that, typically the lead gen pretty much drops off a cliff. So you definitely want to have some really compelling language to get people to give you their contact information right off the bat. And then empty nester. And then also there's something here for free reports. You might have like a PDF of something valuable that you want people to see. You can create a custom page where you upload that PDF, you write your message on the left, and then, people will fill out their form and go from there. Right, so there's a big field on the left. You can change the background picture, and when they fill that out, they are given a page where they can download that PDF. PJ, do I have any more questions?
Yeah, one more.
Uh-huh. Yeah, here. When it's okay, so one means it's one page right up front, meaning it asks for the email on the front page. That's what that is. Plus means there's a Zillow estimate built into it. And so there are 4 property valuations. This property valuation here, first page is what's your address? Next page is great, we have your valuation. What's your email address? And that's all that is. Property valuation 1. Let me just be clear. Property valuation, there is no Zillow estimate on this page. Property valuation 1, email address is required on the first page, no Zillow estimate. Plus, this is a multi-page page, Zestimate is at the back. And here, there's a Zestimate built in, but all the information, including the email address, is put right on the home page, right on the front page.
Hey Vince, do you still have virtual assistants
Yeah.
that are on pay, like you can pay them per post?
Yes. And PJ, I will send you that information. And if you want to share that with your team, we do have in-house VAs. And what they do is they'll run a few ads for you every week. You'll need a budget for that, and then they'll manage all of these tools for your listing so that you're taking advantage of all those tools.
Any other questions?
Okay, so where are we going from here? Maybe I just think because I've got this, that's great, but all that stuff on the top that's, 20 for leads and 12 hours and because if you have, I'll have to do it on my own.
You kind of cut in and out on me. I heard maybe I'm mistaken, and then you named a couple of the blog posts. But what was your question?
Right up on the top where it says leads for 27
Oh,
hours and
yeah.
12 hours. Have you already reviewed that? If you have, then I'll learn it on my own.
Yeah, so this is basically our training calendar, but where it says watch now, these are recorded kind of webinars to help you understand, or pages to help you understand how to do this. Where it says register now, this is registering for our live training class.
Got it.
Mhm.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us?
Well, again, I mean, I think what I really want to make sure everybody understands is this mastermind group. Our clients are in there every day sharing what is working, how they're using our tools on the internet, right? And that's really the key. We've got a bunch of great tools, but if you don't apply them properly, they're not very helpful. And this is our mastermind group, exactly. And you get there by logging. You can go look for it, but if you log into your account, there's a big blue button here that says click to join our mastermind group. That is a huge resource, and Scott spends a lot of time there. We announce all of our new tools there, and our clients are sharing some invaluable information. It's one of the best groups I've seen on Facebook in 5 years. Probably longer than that.
That's it. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, thanks, Vince.
Thanks, BJ.